Hello out there again, YouTube. John back again. Been another good week. Had some good pickups. Ended up going to Chicago today. Ended up getting a couple of Laserdiscs. Ended up going to another city. Actually went to a Goodwill. Found a couple Laserdiscs today. Got a bunch of new Blu-ray DVD pickups. Actually, make that Blu-ray pickups. Picked up a few in Chicago. Ordered a bunch off Amazon. And of course, got another Luis Munoz package in the mail. So let's start off with the stuff I got from Chicago today. First thing we got a brand new sealed copy of Body Heat. Never actually seen it, but I picked it up on Blu-ray just recently, so I'll give it a watch whenever I get the chance, but glad to have that. It was only $4. Now the next one we got coming up, little one, this is actually, this is my hands down 100% absolute favorite film of all time. Glad to finally have it on Laserdisc, and that would be The Shawshank Redemption. Now I have been after this on Laserdisc for quite some time. The only problem is that most of the copies came out of the DADC plant out there in Terre Haute, Indiana. Everyone knows that's a notorious plant for rotting. Well, one good thing about this one is that I'll try to put it to the camera there. If any of you guys can see it, it says manufactured in Austria. This one was actually pressed at the DADC in Germany, so they had no plant problems, no rot issues, so this is a great copy to have. Like I said, it's one of my favorite movies. I personally think it is expertly written. It is wonderfully acted. It has terrific cinematography. You name every good attribute that you could put in any film, this movie has it. If it's ever on TV, I watch it. I was checking the disc for problems, and I wanted to just sit back and watch it and not even shoot this video. That's how much I like that movie. But had to stop it because wanted to get this video done for tonight. So anyway. Moving on. Now, actually went to Goodwill today, and to my surprise, I actually found two Laserdiscs. Well, they had more than two, but these are the only two titles standing. They're only $1 a piece. First one I got was Capricorn 1. Couldn't tell you anything about it. I just know that it was a Peter Hyams film, excuse me. This disc has a little bit of rot to it, especially near the end of sides 1 and 2, but nothing severe. It doesn't detract from the enjoyment of the film, so I guess I scanned the disc, so we'll see what happens. But I'll give it a watch as soon as I get a chance. Now we got another one of my favorite Christmas movies, but once I saw this, I had to pick it up. Ernest Saves Christmas. Just a funny movie. I'm a big Ernest fan. I have been since I was a kid, thanks to a lot of my family members who introduced me to it. So, saw that for $1, had to pick that up. All right, next one up, we got my Luis Munoz pickups here. So first film I got, now this one, never seen it, but Nature of the Beast. Now the reason I picked this up, and this is going to cause a little controversy here, it's a Victor Salva film. And Victor Salva, he ended up doing Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. Then he did another film called Powder. He also did Peaceful Warrior. And then he's done a few other movies, but the thing with him is the main movie I want to get that he did was the movie Clown House. I've never actually seen it the whole way through. Everyone knows that, Victor Salva was convicted of child molestation. He ended up, doing stuff with Nathan Forrest. I think that was his name, Nathan Forrest Winters probably, who was in Clown House. And, ironically enough, he was still able to resuscitate his career. But a lot of his films, kind of fell off the map. This Nature of the Beast was one of those that fell off the map a little bit. But, I picked it up anyway. I just wanted to see it. I don't advocate anything that he did, but, his films are interesting, and I've just been trying to watch them and try to find some certain undertones, so to speak. So, anyway, moving right along. Ended up getting one of my Holy Grail discs, and I couldn't believe that he got this. Now, he didn't put this one up on the Laserdisc Forever page. He ended up he put this on his eBay page. But I contacted him, I said, hey, I want this disc. This is like one of my all-time, never thought I could ever find it movies. And that would be The Faculty. Actually saw this one in theaters back in 98, I think it was 98, early 99 when it came out. A phenomenal film, one of my favorite Robert Rodriguez films. It was cool to see him do a film that wasn't written by him, but still done in his style, and that I really enjoyed. It has a great twist at the end. It's a nice little Body Snatchers ripoff, but it's still a great movie. And I know the Laserdisc is very hard to find, so I'm glad he got that for me. So, very happy to have that one in the collection. That's one more down, several more to go because I am nowhere near done. So, next up, nice little Saturday Night Live, Best of Eddie Murphy. I had to pick that up. Hey, it's Eddie Murphy, guys, and this is actually some of the funny stuff he did. So, anyway, ended up picking this one up from him. Got Angel 3, the final chapter. Haven't even opened it yet. Didn't get a chance to watch the other Angel films yet, so we'll see how this one turns out. Last one from him was got the Mummy collection. This has all the old 1930s Mummy movies, so, and brand new and sealed at that. So wanted to pick that one up. Okay, ended up getting a few more here from another seller. Now, unfortunately, some of the stuff I bought from him, was a little rotted. 2 movies in particular were rotted, but nice guy. Gave me a refund for the 2, but all the other stuff I got, I'm very happy with, and one of the reasons I bought the lot is coming up here, but ended up getting this one first. Got French Connection and French Connection 2. Never actually seen these, but he only charged me $2 for it, so what the heck, $1 a movie, why not? Give it a try. One of the movies I saw that actually got to see this in the theaters when I was a kid. DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. At one point in time, the Laserdisc was going for a lot of money, but it finally got released on DVD. To everybody. It was released on DVD only for Disney Movie Club members, but now it's out there for everybody because you can pick it up at a Walmart for $10. But anyway, I love DuckTales movie. It always made me laugh when I was a kid, so I've had it on VHS. I still have it on VHS. It's that closet back there. It's sitting in there. But, glad to have it on Laserdisc finally. We were talking a few videos back about Terry Gilliam, how I've been wanting to get some movies from him. Finally got the Criterion edition of Time Bandits. So, going to be good to check this one out as soon as I get a chance. And now this one is kind of like more or less a somber note for me. As you all know, last week, this time, Wes Craven passed away. And, a lot of people in the horror movie community, even in the movie community themselves, were pretty saddened by what happened, myself included. I wrote a little eulogy for him on Facebook because I'm a big horror movie fan, and one of my favorite films, of course, is A Nightmare on Elm Street. That was one of the movies. There were many movies that helped get me into horror films, but Nightmare on Elm Street definitely was one of them. Along with Halloween, Friday the 13th, all those other movies. But Nightmare on Elm Street was very special to me. So he will be missed. But fortunately, before he died, I did order a great film from him, one of his most underrated films. But it just so happens to be probably my second favorite film that he's ever done. And that would be The People Under the Stairs. Always loved this movie. The funny part about this is my parents showed me this film. They actually rented this back in 91, 92. They rented it and we all watched it. And I just thought it was the most warped thing I ever watched. I thought it was so funny. It had the right amount of gore, right amount of horror. It was so disturbingly original. And that showed what type of filmmaker Wes Craven was because, he's had a hit or miss film career. He's had more hits than misses, thank goodness. But The People Under the Stairs was just like a big hit for him. A hit, not necessarily like, I know the movie made a pretty good return at the box office. It didn't set it on fire or anything, but it was, it did well. But over the last several years, it's just developed an even bigger cult following. And now that he's passed away, I hope that, more and more people will rediscover his work and that People Under the Stairs gets more so rediscovered. I'm glad I bought the Blu-ray that just came out, the Scream Factory Blu-ray. I got the poster hanging up in my living room. So, I'm just glad to have that film, So, sorry, Wes. Rest in peace, my good man. But anyway, one of the last discs out of the lot that I picked up, and this was the main reason I picked up this little lot, was I finally got Scanners on Laserdisc. Not my favorite David Cronenberg film. You're going to see my favorite David Cronenberg film coming up. But still a great movie. I've been wanting to get that one on Laserdisc for a while. So had to buy this little lot just to get Scanners. So wasn't that much money, and the Scanners disc is perfect. So I'm very happy with that. So anyway, like you heard me say, took a trip up to Chicago today. Ended up picking up one Blu-ray, and that was Cape Fear, $5. Never seen the original, but been wanting to check it out. So for a $5, I'm not going to complain. And then last week, well, I actually went to Half Price Books today, and I went last week. Today, I came up completely empty-handed. They had their Labor Day sale, and everything was gone. Anything of good interest to me was gone because they're pretty expensive. So, I picked them over pretty clean last week. So, but I just took an extra bonus trip out there today because I had a day off. So, last week I ended up picking up Drive, one of the best movies of 2011. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Very good film noir. I enjoy the heck out of this. $3. I couldn't believe that was on clearance, so I had to pick that one up. Another good movie that I really liked, Night and Day. I owned it before, but again, ended up hocking it off. But been wanting to get it back. Glad I got it for $3. And then last one from all good old Half Price Books, I Am Legend. Another good movie. Really enjoyed this one. Again, had it, got rid of it, wanted to get it back again. So, there we go. Now, this next set. Now, let me at least say this one thing, get it out of the way. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. I try to collect a lot of Region B Blu-rays. I actually have 2 region-free Blu-ray players, so I have absolutely no problem watching movies from multi-regions. But, I've only owned so many movies, that were, region locked. Mainly the only 2 that I actually owned, I believe, were Howard the Duck and Creepshow. Now, those are the only 2. I mean, there's been other things I've been wanting to get, but, money was never an issue. It was the issue of having a credit card, because up until a while back, I never believed in having a credit card. I have good credit, but I just never needed a card. Well, I finally got a credit card. So, first thing I did was went on Amazon, finally ordered a bunch of stuff that I've been wanting to get for a while. Arrow UK, Arrow Video, they had a really good sale going on. So, first thing I picked up, now this is an Arrow, but, I've been wanting to get this one for quite some time. Now, this is one of my top 10 favorite films. Streets of Fire. One of the movies that I wish would come over here, come out in the United States, has just a great movie, great soundtrack. That Blu-ray, a lot of people, the people that reviewed it didn't like the way it looked. I, for one, really it wasn't that bad looking. I thought it was okay. It looked just like the HD DVD, but it was better. It's better than the DVD. Long story short, it's better than the DVD. It has phenomenal sound. It has a great documentary on here. I'm just finally happy to have this on high definition. I do have it on Laserdisc, but I wanted to get it in HD for the longest time. So, next one I picked up, Tobe Hooper's Life Force. This did come out in the U.S., but the main reason I picked up this Blu-ray is because the U.S. Blu-ray actually has both cuts of the film, the theatrical and the extended director's cut, but they're both on one Blu-ray disc. And even to add more insult to injury, the director's cut, I'm hoping I say this right. The director's cut is actually presented, in regular AVC format with a nice 5.1 or a 2.0 track, but the theatrical cut on the US Blu-ray is presented in MPEG-2, so it has a little more compression, and the sound is only available in Dolby Digital 5.1. No lossless, HD sound, no nothing. On this Blu-ray, you actually get both cuts of the film on 2 separate discs. So there's no loss, there's no compression, none of that stuff, and you get a bonus, like an 80-minute documentary on the making of Life Force, and it actually goes pretty deep into canon films too. So, if any of you guys got region-free capability, I suggest you get this disc. It's actually, it's worth the price that I paid for it. So, next up, another movie that was released on Blu-ray here in the United States, but again, it was butchered. They did it horrible, and that was Bound. One of the, a great film from the Wachowski brothers. This is the movie, that got them going in Hollywood. It showed how good of storytellers these guys really are. The problem with the U.S. Blu-ray is that, number one, it's on a BD25, which really sucks. And to add even more insult to it, it has 2 different cuts of the film on a BD25, and it does not use seamless branching at all. So it's actually, you get 2 separate versions of the film on a BD25. There is absolutely no bonus material, and the sound is Dolby Digital Stereo. So that really sucks. It's like, the picture quality may be okay, but you have crappy sound, DVD quality sound, and you have no bonus material. This Blu-ray actually has just the director's cut of the film. It has on a BD50 disc. It has a stereo and a 5.1 lossless soundtrack and a ton of bonus material. You know, again, these guys got it right. We got it wrong. So, anyway. Next one up. Now, this one has never been released on DVD on Blu-ray in the United States. It has been released on DVD, but I had to get it on Blu-ray, and that is The Stuff. My favorite Larry Cohen film. Had to get this one because, number one, this got a 2K restoration, so it looks phenomenal on Blu-ray. You know, it looks just like a great old film. It looks like it should. Other thing is, an hour-long documentary on the making of the film. Almost got everybody. It sucks they didn't get Michael Moriarty or Garrett Morris, but they got Andrea Markovici. She at least talked about it. You know, Larry Cohen talked about it, and his producers were talking about it too, so it was pretty good. You know, the only thing that sucks is that the original Anchor Bay DVD had a great commentary on there, and I still have that DVD. I will not get rid of that DVD because I love that commentary track. So I wish the commentary track was on here, but beggars can't be choosers, so I got to keep both discs just for damn sake. So, next one up. This one, again, got released in the U.S. Got Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. This one, now, there are, you know, the transfer to this and the MGM one are pretty much identical. You know, there's no difference in the transfer, pretty much. Maybe this one maybe has slightly better encoding, but it really is all that negligible. You need like a 100-inch screen to see the difference. The main reason I got this set is because, and the disc in here is region free, by the way, is it has 2 short films from Tobe Hooper that have never been seen before, and the only way you can get those 2 short films is in this set, plus has a nice little 100-page book in there. So, very good set, was part of the sale, and only 10,000 of these were made. So, there's still plenty of them available, guys. So, if you ever want to check this set out, pick it up. There's plenty available. So, but the last thing we got, and unfortunately, this did sell out, and luckily enough, I got it right in time, because my credit card finally came in, and the first thing I did was ordered this sucker. So, that would be, and this is one of my top 10 favorite films. We talked about David Cronenberg, and this is my favorite David Cronenberg film. And that would be Videodrome. The thing with this, again, transfer-wise, I have the Criterion Blu-ray. Criterion transfer is identical to this. No difference. Encoding is the same. The sound is identical. Again, reason to get this, the 100-page book. There is a deleted scene section in here that has 26 minutes of alternate takes from the TV cut of Videodrome. Was not on the Criterion Blu-ray. So, you know, that was one reason to grab this. The other reason is that the bonus disc here has 4 short films from David Cronenberg, and you know, I believe that they're all spread out in the U.S. Like, you have to buy, I think you have to buy the Criterion edition of The Brood to get this one other short film. You have to buy the Criterion edition of Naked Lunch to get another short film. You know, I think the other short films on the original Videodrome Blu-ray. You know, so it's like all of it's so spread out, but with this set, you actually get all of them in one shot. The Blu-ray isn't region free, but it's worth it. And again, you get this nice 100-page book that's very informative. It has a new, you know, all these nice write-ups about it. You know, only 3,000 of these were made. I'm glad I picked it up. You know, I almost missed out on it, because right now copies are going for, this was only like, I think, $38. And then now copies are selling for like triple right now. So it's pretty sought after. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Got one more package coming in this week from Luis Munoz, and then I am done for a while. I just built a whole new shelf full of Laserdiscs. They're sitting right there. You could probably see a little background there. But man, that thing took forever, and you know, I don't want to run out of space again anytime soon. So I got to take it easy for a little bit. So, but anyway, good talking to you guys. See you next time. We'll be shooting a new video when the package comes in. Talk to you later.